Hello, women of the Goddess Moon Circle. I'm Ashley, and I'm popping on here today as part of our Empowered Life series, gathering together women to share our knowledge, to take a moment out of this crazy time to connect us all together, because I don't think in the near future we'll be having our moon circles. So this gives us a space to connect and to learn something about being a woman, connect as women. So I want to invite you, as you're joining, that you'll make yourself a comfortable space, that you'll maybe grab a cup of tea and just set aside this next 15 minutes to be present with yourself, to absorb, to learn. If you have a journal and you want to take notes, so that could be great. I'm going to be sharing also some links. Actually, I think I'll just share them now. There's a few resources that I want to give you guys. So I'll just put those links in the comments right now. And maybe silence your phone. There's one. And no, the online moon circles will happen. They will happen, Jillian. But not in person. So as we give everybody a minute to kind of join, I'm sending you some links. Georgia and Rachel will be on the comments. So if you have questions, they can answer you. And I'll also check in with the comments to just feel what you're going through, and if you have questions that you want to or any kind of information that you want to share, so feel free to post them in the comments and let us know you're here. Say hello and join us in the collective. So I'm just gonna light my candles here, just welcoming the space, making this sacred space a time for me to connect to you, a time for me to connect to myself, a time for me to allow wisdom to come through. So I just want to invite you to take a few nice deep breaths. Find yourself a comfortable place to be. And let's take a moment to go inside. So close your eyes and give yourself a stretch if you want. And so right now we're at a quarter moon. It's getting bigger. So in about a week, we'll have a full moon. And so I just welcome you to connect into your body by taking a few deep breaths. Just imagine in your mind's eye the moon in half of its light. Relax into your womb and feel the natural connection between your womb and the moon. That you can relax your belly and feel maybe the gentle tug of the moon's gravity on your body. Let's just take a few deep breaths, connecting into that energy, opening ourselves up to the wisdom of the moon, opening ourselves to the wisdom of the woman that we are. Really letting your belly relax. Let's take one more deep breath together. Big breath in. Okay. So why do we want to learn about the moon? Why do we want to learn about what it means to be a woman and our connection with the moon? So I studied Ayurveda for a year, and I did a year-long course with Kate Stillman, who's an incredible teacher if you're looking to study Ayurveda. And we did a segment on women and the importance of women's health. And basically the woman is the leader of the family. When the woman has a good relationship with herself and has a good relationship with her rhythms, her cycles, her needs, and her food that she eats, her habits that she has at home, the rest of the family follows. So maybe as women, we don't quite realize it, but we have such an incredible impact on the people around us. And when we really connect into our truth and our needs, the people around us will follow. And the moon is a great connection for us to allow us to have something of which to connect to. And back in the day, before we had light at night and when we lived in tribal communities, we would all, as women, bleed together. We would bleed in the new moon, and during the full moon, we would ovulate and then again bleed during the new moon. So it was really obvious to us that we had a connection to the moon, and it was really obvious that we had a connection to each other. So through this group, through these circles, we're bringing that energy back. And through moments like this, where we just take a minute to stop and learn and listen and connect, then we reinstall that programming into our body, which is a deeper connection that we can have all on our own. Okay, I just want to explain first the way that the moon works. So on the full moon, the moon rises when the sun sets. And on the new moon, the moon rises with the sun. So they're together on the new moon and they're opposite on the full moon. Every day after the full moon, the moon rises a little bit later and gets a little bit smaller until it's the new moon when it rises with the sunrise. Okay, so if you don't know that or you're not so connected to that, so I really invite you to think about that for a few days and observe the moon. When does it rise? When does it set? How big is it every day? And see if you can wrap your mind around that rhythm. Okay, and the rhythm is really irregular and it really matches with our bodies. So in Ayurveda, we divide the month into 4 segments, into 4 weeks of the moon. So it's the new moon, which is menstruation time, the half moon, the new moon, then the waxing moon, then the full moon, then the waning moon. Okay, so there's 4 different parts of the month, and this is kind of the map to which I want to invite you to connect into and to understand that you're not linear like the sun, like men. That as women, we are cyclical. That for us to go to work every day at the same time, every day of the month, it's going against our own natural biological rhythms. And so we have these cycles, we are a mandala actually. We're not a straight line, we are a mandala. And so I'm gonna just touch today on these different 4 phases of the month and how you can use them to empower yourself and to get more power from every month. So I've linked 2 resources for you. One of them is just a moon calendar, and it's always good to have on hand near your desk a moon calendar so you can check in to what day is which, especially if you live in the city and you're not going outside. And the second one that I gave you is a moon mandala. It's linked here in the comments. And this is kind of a moon diary for you. So day 1 would be the new moon, and this is the period. Okay, so if you are doing this calendar, I would do it with your period. If your period isn't linked with the moon, that's okay. You can start with day 1 and just pretend like it's the new moon. Okay, so connect more into your body rather than into the moon. And maybe you'll find that slowly, once you do that and you do the meditations and you map your cycle, then you'll find that you'll start to match up with the moon. Okay, so let me know if you have questions, and yeah, feel free to connect in. Hi, Aubrey. Hi, Amelie. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Jillian. Okay, so week 1, menstruation. The time of release, the time of grounding, the time of connecting back into Mama Earth, the time to go inward. Okay, we say PMS is a really good thing because it's our way of separating ourselves from other people. So it's like our way of like kicking people out of our lives so that we actually have some time alone. And back in ancient societies, they would have the red tent where the women could go to get away from the demands of the daily life, and they could go escape. So the new moon is about grounding in, and each moon also has an archetype. So the archetype for the new moon is the wise elder woman, like the crone, the grandmother. So this is a time where like, you know that you know everything. So you don't need to go out there into the world to find out stuff, because all the wisdom that you could ever want, that you could ever need, is within you. So go inside, listen to your dreams, do journaling during this time, do lots of reflection, meditation, do art. There's many women I know who do art with their period. So you can take that blood and like have fun with it. Maybe that's a little bit advanced for you, but maybe not. Okay, so that's stage 1. Stage 2 is the waxing moon. So this is after the period, and I'm sure you guys can relate that after your period is finished, you get like a burst of energy. Like for that next week, you feel much more energetic than you did the 2 weeks before. So this is the time of the maiden or the warrior. This is a time where we like, go get them. The new moon is when we want to set our intentions for the coming month. It's the time to plant seeds. What's really cool about this is that the old ancient farmers also use the map of the moon to plant and harvest their crops, because there is tangible energy in the gravitation and the phases of the moon that the plants can feel, that people can feel, and especially women, as we have more water in our bodies. So you set your intention on the new moon, and then in the waxing moon, which is now, you can use your energy to start going for it. You want to like really have that incubation period of quiet, and then once your period is over and you feel like refreshed, ride that wave to go outward. Okay. Then the 3rd week is ovulation week. So 2 weeks after we get our period, 2 weeks after day 1 of our period, we will ovulate. Ovulation is the peak of the energy of the month. So this is when you're the most juicy, where you're the most ready to merge with a man, when you're ready to party on the beach, and your body is stronger during this time. So you can also you're stronger, so you can handle things like alcohol, things like lots of pleasure foods and drinks. You can handle better during your ovulation. During your period, your body is weaker, so you want to like cut the toxic substances out, because your body is not going to be able to handle it as much. Okay, so we have the full moon. This is full power. This is merging. This is the motherhood archetype. So like you're ready to take care of the family. You're present. You're spreading your energy wide, and that's really okay. And then the 4th week is we have to gather it back in now. So all that energy that we spread out during the full moon or during our ovulation, we need to gather it back in. And the goddess, the archetype of the waning moon, can be Hestia. And she is the hearth goddess. She's the goddess who takes care of her home. She stays home and tends to her fire, and she grows her herbs. And she's like the witch at home, you know, taking it easy, really like nesting the home. And for Hestia, everybody wants to come over and spend time at her house because it's so beautiful and it's so amazing. But she's like, no, this is my space. I'm getting ready for my cycle, my period to begin. Okay, so these are the 4 stages of the month. If you're interested, I can also give you the handout that I made about this, which outlines the 4 times of the month. And what I really recommend you do, and so your homework, is to start to tap into your own cycle. Start to tap into the differences in your energy and your emotions and in your moods during the 4 different weeks of your month. And you can track your period. So to do it on paper is really fun and nice, to write the days and track like your emotional state and just any extra notes that you want to add, like your hunger, how much you were able to sleep, the details about your life, so that you start to witness a pattern that's happening around the month and you get to know yourself a little bit more. For each of us, it's going to be a little bit different. So it's important for us to really get to know our own self and how our cycles look. And remember that I said that you want to more pay attention to your own cycle rather than the moon. And if, for example, you don't have a period, whether you just haven't gotten it for a long time, or if you've had a hysterectomy or you've gone through menopause, you can use the moon as your period. So you can like pretend like you have your period during those and act accordingly. And eventually the energies will become more clear and match up. There is so much more that I want to say about this topic. I just want to check if anyone has any questions. Nesting is the best, Jill said. We are like mandalas. Okay, the chart is in the links, so you can find it here on the side. And oh, there's so much more to say. Okay, I just want to end this meditation or this session with a little meditation. So like I said, every day the moon is getting a little bit bigger and it's rising a little bit later. So because it's the half moon right now, it means that the moon rose at about midnight. So if the moon rose at midnight, then it's setting at midday. So the moon is actually beneath us now. If we're in the moon is beneath us on the other side towards the, like where there's nighttime. So find yourself a comfortable seat. Close your eyes. Breathing a few deep breaths into your womb, into your belly. And I want you to connect to the pool of the moon, just like we did in the beginning, and feeling it beneath you. So the moon is like beneath you right now. So let your body relax. If you're in the US, the moon is above you. It's setting at noon. So it's like in the west. Feel the moon pulling on your body. Breathe into it. And welcome in the phase of the warrior, the phase of the maiden. That we planted our seeds, that we went within, and now we're ready to shine our light to the world. Just take another few breaths to embody the spirit of the maiden, of the warrior, and feel yourself strong. Feel yourself capable. Feel yourself powerful. The more we respect our cycles during the month, the more powerful we'll be. If we work hard and drive fast during our menstruation, we lose power for the rest of the month. By respecting and honoring these different phases of ourself, we're able to show up more as women, show up more as caretakers for others, and express creatively what is being birthed within. So taking another 2 or 3 breaths, relax your face, relax your shoulders, relax your hips and your knees. We'll bring our hands together at our heart center. Honor our connection with the moon. Honor the moon as our guide and our teacher, honoring her as that which we can connect to get power to then serve the world and to take the time that we need to ourselves. And gently release your hands, and when you're ready, you can come back. Thank you so much, women, for joining us. We have this series to step up and come forward for this time that's really difficult for us and talk about issues that matter, talk about stuff that helps us feel empowered and connects us to what's really important and true for us. So if you have anything that you would want to share during one of these slots, please reach out. We're happy to put you on the schedule. And if you, if you're tuning in for the rest of the week, Rachel is on tomorrow with connecting, facing your inner mean girl. Georgia will gift us with some self-love hacks on Wednesday. Thursday, I'll come on again with self-love massage. So it'll be a 15-minute self-massage. So taking a break from your workday to give your body some love, lots of benefits there. And Friday will be an amazing Mother Earth Yoni meditation. So please come join us and let us know what you want to learn about, what you want to hear, and share the word with your sisters. Big love. Bye. Wait, I just saw a comment. So Loti asked that she menstruates during full moon. It's opposite, yeah. And this kind of energy is called the white moon. And it's a call. It's like telling you that you are powerful, that you are one of those women now that needs to step up and hold space for other women. Okay, that's what the white moon is. The black moon is when you're menstruating on the new moon, and that's when you're like more of motherly, like you are kind of nesting your home and ready for a family, kind of. So women that are like stepping up to hold space for other women do tend to have a white moon, period. And it is the opposite. So I invite you to connect in with that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye.